never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch, jumping in the bed with the 2 dot team, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now it's Newton. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. A perfectly executed crossing route. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Brooks Reed. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Play action. It's Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Cam, option left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally fine.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Vic Beasley with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead. They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that. They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit. Here's Ryan to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust? Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started. Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. And Bryant missed it. No good. Wide to the left there for Bryant. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles? Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Off play action. Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton being chased out left. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. On the incompletion, I turn to you as we continue to do all these Week 1 predictions, and I ask Rookie of the Year, could this be a battle for Gotham between Darnold and Barkley?
I like it. I like that a lot. A quarterback, Sam Darnold with the Jets, a runner, Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants. But I'm thinking defense, and I'm going out west to the Denver Broncos. Bradley Chubb, defensive end, outside linebacker. Remember, Von Miller's on the other side. He'll take up a lot of attention. That should give Chubb more one-on-one opportunities to get quarterbacks on the ground.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On first down, Ryan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On 2nd down, Ryan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And finding the tight end Hooper. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, 32 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. And his kick is right through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. I'm curious to get your thoughts for Carolina as we head into the regular season as they come out here on offense. 3 years ago, we know what they did. 2 years ago, struggled. Then last year, back to 11-5. What does 2018 hold?
I think they'll tweak things a little bit more on offense with a brand-new offensive coordinator. Cam Newton continues to be Cam, of course. Christian McCaffrey will be the full-time lead running back, and Curtis Samuel will be an all-purpose guy for them. So I'm looking forward to watching that continue to happen. Of course, Greg Olsen continues to be their primary target downfield. Flipping it over to the defensive side of the ball, there's still no better linebacker in the league than Luke Kuechly.
And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. On second down, Anderson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run. Anderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jack Crawford busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And Gano's kick is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
For the Falcons coming onto the field here, they're getting ready for that Thursday night opener against the Eagles on September 6th. Their preseason slate, well, not that great, 0-4. But, look, I don't think that that's indicative of how good of a team this is.
I would agree with that, and I don't think they're concerned about it. When you're a good franchise, good organization, you don't care as much about your record in the preseason. To me, their season comes down to how well does their defense play, and they've continued to improve it.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Ryan now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. A very solid gain of 27. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, as time expires in the 1st half, and the Falcons will extend their lead. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. 3rd quarter action now. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Ryan on second down. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. On third down, Ryan. Flushed out right. Complete to Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes just through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely...
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they can.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. K1 short with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, Newton. And that's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So out come the Falcons now. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 59 yards. And the Falcons add on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Torrey Smith, 56 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for 2 here. Throwing again is Newton. His throw incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
21.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Mario Addison in there to get him for his second sack of the night. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going up top. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Here's Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.